Another one bites the dust. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kevin Zwicker from Fast Count coming at you. Before I get into this video, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. Going into Wrestlemania season, one of the more interesting angles of how things were going to play out on the show is where would be the place for a guy like Bron Breakker? And now, after the announcement we got on Monday Night Raw, that place is in serious jeopardy. It was announced in the beginning of Raw when they kicked the show off that Bron Breakker suffered a injury while he was training and is out indefinitely. We heard rumors online of this previously before the show, but now we got confirmation from the Fed. And we're hearing all these different reports on different timelines, whether it's, he'll be available for WrestleMania, whether he won't be available for WrestleMania. Nobody truly knows. Nobody truly knows the extent of the injury so far. But what we do know is he is going to be gone for a significant amount of time. And this is the second big injury when it comes to division. We all know that Seth Rollins, the guy who was built around the whole faction, was suffering a major injury to now he's at a point to where he might not make it at WrestleMania. More conflicting reports about his status for the show as well. There's always a possibility that he can be involved, but with all these injuries kind of up in the air when it comes to this group, man, it's really taken a lot of momentum away from them. Now it feels like without Braun and without Seth, they're probably going to have to shift their focus towards Logan, which is fine because if you think about the landscape of young talent, he is probably one of the guys who are really high up on that list. But it's just so interesting, when you think about, major factions over the years when it comes to WWE and how they've had to pivot. I think that the Judgment Day is the most famous case when it comes to a group that had a certain vision in the beginning, no pun intended, in the beginning, and then having to switch based off of, whether it was creative differences or injuries. But we now see that the vision is a completely different group than what it was originally intended when it was led by Edge. And now it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to be able to do with the vision now with those two main cogs gone. Paul Heyman, we have seen Unreal, we have seen different interviews, and we've seen other, and heard other different podcasts where he has talked about how he is always the guy who is pretty hands-on when it comes to the creative, when it involves the things that he is doing. So I'm really interested to see how he is going to be able to, kind of basically make chicken salad out of a chicken shit situation with these injuries and see how they're going to be able to pivot with Logan as the main face of the group for now. Or it may not even be Logan as the main face of the group. They may pivot to Big Bronson Reed, which I'm sure that Roman Reigns probably would want them to do, with him being the guy who had a big loss to Bronson Reed and wanting them to make something of that meaningful contribution that he had towards this group. But I'm pretty sure they're going to go with Logan. And it's going to be interesting to see now where they're going to be on the card when it comes to WrestleMania time. We saw in the triple threat qualifier for the Elimination Chamber that Austin Theory was unsuccessful. So it looks as if they are kind of doing the stop and go thing with him again. Not fully 100% investing on him going all the way, but we'll see. And it's just going to be very, very different position as to where they were probably originally placed on the card. If Bron Breakker is 100% back for WrestleMania and Seth Rollins is back for 100% at WrestleMania, I could see them where they a situation where they both try to interfere in the main event against Roman Reigns and CM Punk, with them both having gripes against those guys and possibly spinning something off heading into Backlash following WrestleMania. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you think he will be back for WrestleMania? Do you think he won't be back for WrestleMania? Are you bummed? And where do you think the vision goes from here? Let me know in the comment section, guys. Please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. I am Kevin Zwicker. I'm out.